Disabled, handicapped. For the common man it is the image of a person for whom life is a string of sorrow and despair, but it is not. It is time they shed their notions and believe that it is difficult to bracket or categorize a disabled person from the able-bodied. Think of Helen Keller. She showed exemplary determination in overcoming her handicap of being blind. She got herself taught in a different way, and later paved the way for the blind of the world to educate them through Braille system, a spatial type of printing meant to be learnt by touch. Since the blind have a strong sense of touch, it is not difficult for them to learn how to read and write. The gateway to knowledge for them is and wide open as to any sighted person. Handicap of any kind can be conquered with determination and iron will. An eminent authority on the subject has said, "Everyone on this earth has one or the other handicap. For some it is economic handicap, while others are handicapped by social norms and traditions. Physically, disability should not be the sole criterion to judge a man's ability or disability. Whatever the handicap, one should have the courage to take it in his stride and move to muster up courage and determination to face it and fight it also. Handicapped people need our cooperation, and our mental attitude toward them should be of respect and not of sympathy. Disabled do not need sympathy, they need social acceptance as there. Nothing torments the mind of a physically handicapped person greater than the ever-pitiful looks people cast on them. We must understand that disabled are not totally useless. They are differently able. They have tireless willpower to establish themselves in spite of their pronounced physical disability. Able-bodied members of society should learn to make them feel comfortable and normal, so that they live without any complaint and complex. Children generally make fun of their handicapped friends and class fellows. Sometimes they play cruel jokes on them. Should know it hurts them very badly. They feel low on self-esteem. Handicapped people simply resent it. They want total acceptance and cooperation at every level. Rehabilitation of a disabled or infirm person is a team effort of medical, paramedical, social workers and many specialists at different levels, but the success of entire rehabilitation process is directly proportional to the active cooperation put in by the disabled person. Own family support is a must for making them feel their self-worth, but what is required most urgently, however, is a change in social attitudes. We should see the positive side of their existence. A TV serial named Ongoing was telecast on DD Metro in July '95. It was produced by one Ms. Jahi Sinha. Each episode depicted the spirit and seal of a particular disabled individual with which she confronted her disability, and today is leading a successful life. I wanted the disabled people to be taken out from closet to the drawing room. Emphasis on their abilities rather than disabilities has been the theme of each episode, said Ms. Sinha when inquired about her interest in the disabled people. She shot the program across the length and breadth of the country, covering various disabilities irrespective of sex, age or socioeconomic status. One of the episodes covered the story of Air Force officer Shush MP Anil Kumar, who received a spinal injury while driving back to the officer's mess after a night flight. His scooter dashed to a road barrier just ahead of the technical area gate inside Air Force Station. Pathankot. This accident turned him from airborne to chairborne. It was a very big blow to the young officer who had earlier been adjudged the best Air Force cadet of 65th course of National Defense Academy NDA, Katakwasha, and as the best in aerobatics of 134th Pilots Course at Air Force Academy, Secunderabad. He was commissioned into IAFA as a fighter pilot in December '84. They say hope sustains life. After overcoming the initial shock, he realized the harsh reality he will have to live with the rest of his life. He adapted to the new challenges posed by the disability. He decided to learn the art of writing by holding a pen in his mouth. As his hands had become totally dysfunctional, he began by scribbling alphabets. In the beginning his writing was not legible, but by and by it improved. Within 6 months, however, it shaped up in a readable style of writing. One day his joined no bounds when he completed the few lines which embodied his first mouth-written letter. Therefore, he was motivated to learn computers by his former flight commander. He wanted him to train himself to write navigation programs for the Indian Air Force for gainful employment. Thus, with total social and paramedical support, the officers found his second phase of life into something as meaningful as he would have had from the confines of a cockpit. He said, "Believe it or not, every dark cloud has a silver lining. There is another program called Sath, which highlights the problems of the disabled. Disability can occur to anybody, anytime, anywhere. We should help such a person to come on his own and find a new meaning in purpose in life. Never jeer at any disabled person, and steady steps are slow accomplishment of any task which comes naturally to the able-bodied. Appreciate them, treat them as your equal. After all, they are differently able." The story of Shush MP Anil Kumar has shown that even a handicapped person can be a highly productive citizen.